Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday, which means, well, another week. I can't believe that we're getting so close to the holidays, but we do have a lot of fun stuff coming up for you. We have, just amazing Hot Messy podcast guests. Of course, we're still doing Hot Messy topics. Plus, we're about to add to the team, which means a lot more content, a lot more organization, and I am so freaking excited about this. Now, in the meantime, we're back to talk about the Grizzlies because apparently, obviously, this is not a shocker, but they're devastated over their 19-year combined prison sentences, and they feel like they're being treated unfairly. And now they have to sell their lavish homes in order to pay their $17 million restitution. But apparently, from what an insider is saying, Julie didn't actually think that she would have to serve any prison time. So there's lots to discuss, lots to go over. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So this is all over the news, right? We know that the Grizzlies, they have been sentenced in a combined sentence of 19 years in prison. Well, now we're hearing that Julie didn't actually think that she would have to go to prison at all. Julie didn't really think that she would have to serve time in federal prison. She thought she'd be able to serve her sentence on house arrest, insisting that her granddaughter, Chloe, was not in the best health and in dire need of her. So she was allegedly trying to get the judge to not put her behind bars, to just put her on house arrest, which in a situation like this probably sounds like a dream. Who wouldn't rather sit in their home for 7 years as opposed to going and spending it in prison? Yeah. The family is said to be devastated, and Julie is distraught at having to serve time behind bars. She didn't think that she'd have to serve time and that she'd be able to serve time from home. That's what an insider told Us Weekly after a judge denied Julie's request for in-home confinement until Chloe was of adult age. The source added that the Grizzlies believe that they are being made an example of because they are public figures, which this is not the first public figure who has said that before. It does make me wonder, when you are a public figure and you are committing a crime or accused of committing a crime or found guilty of committing a crime, does the judge look at that like, oh, okay, I'm about to make an example out of you? Because if we're saying that you can get away with it, then are we setting this tone for the rest of, well, everyone else who thinks that they can get away with the same crimes? Which I could see where they would think that. It's all just excuses for their behavior, and this is them giving us excuses instead of accepting it. That's what the insider is claiming. There was also a very famous judge who came out and said, because they're not accepting any responsibility for any of their actions throughout this process, because they haven't shown that or sympathy or anything like that, that this judge felt the Grizzlies got a harsher sentence. And I don't think that's wrong either. Todd and Julie expectedly have appealed their sentences amid reports that the family's successful and lucrative reality shows have been canceled. Their attorney released a statement that Todd and Julie were not taking their sentences lightly, and they are prepared to fight them. Yesterday was a difficult day for the Grizzly family, but Todd and Julie are people of faith, and that faith gives them strength as they appeal their convictions. Their trial was marred by serious and repeated errors, including government lying to jurors about what taxes the couple paid. Based on these issues, we're optimistic about the road ahead. You can't get in trouble for being optimistic, but is that going to work in their favor? I don't know. If they weren't even allowed to, I think that they're going to have to serve their full prison sentences. In addition to the lengthy prison sentences, Todd and Julie have also been ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $17.2 million by Judge Eleanor Ross to the U.S. District Court in Atlanta. According to the sources at the New York Post, the couple will have to give up their 2 palatial Nashville mansions, which are worth about $9 million combined, in order to pay back the money. Todd and Julie bought their first home in Nashville, a 5,200 square foot Belle Meade mansion, in 2016 for $1.6 million. It's now worth an estimated $2.88 million. The second and much larger home was purchased 3 years later for 3.37 million, located in the Brentwood neighborhood. The massive home was meant to be a property the family planned to flip. However, with no offers, the couple took the home off the market in 2020, and it is now worth an estimated 5.97 million. Lots of millions here. But even if they can sell the homes for a combined 9 million, I have to talk to Emily D. Baker about this because I'm so curious. When you get restitution, is it the full restitution that you have to pull, like, to pay back? Or can you negotiate and say, listen, 17 million, I can't necessarily pay that, but can we settle somewhere around 12 million? Can you do that? Or no, you're responsible for the 17 million. They're going to have to give up a lot of things, including their home, sadly. They won't be able to afford it, but their main concern now is their children, especially their youngest boy. And that's who you feel the worst for in these situations, the family. As we previously reported, the youngest child, 16-year-old Grayson Chrisley, is having the hardest time accepting the family's new normal. Unfortunately, it only gets worse for Grayson as he crashed and totaled his truck, resulting in serious injury and hospitalization earlier this month. Earlier this week, Savannah Chrisley revealed that she would be granted custody of both Grayson and Chloe in her parents' absence. I'm trying to navigate how you teach two younger children who aren't fully developed yet and get them to understand the circumstances. That's what Savannah told listeners on her Unlocked podcast. That's a really, really difficult thing. Now, Julie Chrisley did reveal that she was living in fear prior to the 7-year sentence in federal prison for bank fraud and tax evasion, but who knows? I think at this point, and I'm just wondering, and I wouldn't wish this situation on anyone, but it's like that old saying, you do the crime, you pay the time. Is that what you do the crime, you pay the time? You guys know what I mean. But my point is there has to be some sort of like sigh of like, just like a breath of, okay, we went through this whole court process. It didn't work out the way that we thought. Now we've been handed a 7-year sentence and a 12-year sentence. So now moving forward, at least we know that part's over and we can start the process and then get this out of the way and put it behind us. But then there also has to be that element of being scared out of your mind, going from this beautiful Brentwood neighborhood, massive mansion, 2 massive mansions, being all over TV, being a public figure. And I still don't think that they were big enough to, as public figures, to protect. Like, I feel like they will still have to be a part of general population. Teresa Giudice did. I think the Chrisleys will too. So I don't think they'll be protected. I don't know. I'm curious. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are about all of this. What are your thoughts about Julie revealing that she was, well, living in fear prior to her sentence, and then also them being devastated and her thinking that she was going to be able to get in-home confinement? What? Go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.